What is up, everyone? JD here. Hope you're doing well today. Checking out some new models this week. Let's jump into it. All right, guys, if you're not familiar, we're going to be checking out some models that came in this week for review. This is going to be rapid fire, more overview style, just real quick about the knife. There'll be actual individual videos that are dedicated to a more in-depth review of it after I've spent a little bit of time with them. Let's go ahead and jump into the first item. So the first item is going to be the Warbo carabiner. It is a carabiner with steel liners, G10 scales, G10 spacer, and a Tanto blade. I'll have to look this one up to see what the blade steel is. I didn't really get a chance to look at this particular one as it came in as a group with a couple of others, but it has a little flipper tab with a little hidden liner lock, and it actually is riding, believe it or not, on small stamped bearings. Pretty cool little item that you would just be able to clip onto like a backpack, purse, or even a pouch or a sling. Just, something that would be quick and easy to access. Pretty cool little item. All right, next up we have a budget model from Tenable Knives. This is the REI. This one here has steel liners with micarta scales, all steel hardware with a steel pocket clip, flipper tab, and thumb studs. Very well tuned, and you got a static washed 154 cm blade. You have, again, the steel liners for that lock bar, and they are pocketed for those Delrin style ceramic bearings that this rides on. Very smooth action, very satisfying detent. I will be interested to see if this one cut as surprisingly well as the more premium version of the REI. It didn't look like it had a very tall flat grind, but that one really did cut very well. Nice medium-sized gent's knife here for sure, or a nice medium-sized EDC, not necessarily a gent's knife, but pretty cool little model from Tenable. Next up is a very interesting one from Tenable. This is the Model 6. You have a crossbar lock this time. This one has laminate carbon fiber. I think there's some G10 or micarta versions. I looked really quick at this one when I saw it, and I'm going from memory, so I'm not 100% sure that that is correct. Fold over steel pocket clip that is reversible, which is nice because with this crossbar lock, it is an ambidextrous lock that is going to operate exactly the same right-handed as it does left-handed, so you will be able to flip that pocket clip if you are a lefty. Very thin and slicey feeling grind on the 154 cm. Very good plunge grind. It is pretty far back. At least it looks like it here. I'll have to dive into it and look at it a little bit more in depth to make sure that I'm seeing that correctly. You do have weight relief on your liners here, and yeah, adjustable springs. Good to see that. Nice job, Tenable. Pocketed steel liners, as I mentioned on the REI. This one coming with the Delrin style bearings here, so fully caged ceramic ball bearing. Very nice action. This one here is about a 4.5 finger grip for me with the dedicated forward choil position. It's a little sharp, but you could choke up if you needed to, if you like this model, and get a 4-finger grip. But to me, more natural back here. And I hang off more than I hang on, but it's not really that bad for me, to be honest with you guys. Very, very nice model here from Tenable. Let's keep it going. All right, so we have one here from the parent company of Tenable. This is from Kansept. This is the Deadite, so it is a more premium version. You got titanium bolsters with titanium pivots collars. You have a flipper tab and thumb studs on here, titanium pocket clip, titanium back spacer. I think it's steel pivot and titanium hardware is how they're doing theirs. See what the action is like. So this looks like it's a push button. Yeah, it is a push button for sure. Oof, that is a Persian style blade, but it is very thin behind the edge. What's the steel we're using today? S35VN Deadite label on there. Number 69 of 300. So this is a limited production of this particular variant or model. I'm not sure. Very nice thumb stud action. It's not completely a bolster. Can use that flipper tab. And you can use that thumb stud left-handed, but It doesn't look like there's a hole for the pocket clip, so not reversible on this particular one. Now this one has race washers, and the way that that works is they're pocketed, and it allows the actual Delrin style bearings to sit in there and ride really smooth, a little bit tighter, so you have some tighter tolerances on there. This is a 4-finger grip knife for me. No jimping on the back there, but it does have a nice landing spot on it. I am feeling a little bit of the edge there, just gripping it very quickly, and I am feeling a little bit of the edging on the actual titanium and a little bit on that carbon fiber. So it's not completely chamfered, but it's not super sharp. Like, I'm feeling it as I'm holding it. I'll be curious to see when I do some cutting with this one if I'm going to feel anything like that. But that is the Deadite. All right, the next one we got is a prototype of one that is on a Kickstarter. This is being designed by Something Sharp Knives, manufactured by QSP, and it is called the Pigeon. So this one has raindrop carbon fibers with titanium bolsters, full steel liners, titanium backspacer, and titanium pocket clip. You got a flipper tab and an opening hole. Very nice detent on here. So you got that steel liner acting as your liner lock. Forward choil here. Now this prototype has 14C28N written on it, but when I read the Kickstarter, it's actually going to be S35VN. Very large, generous forward choil there for choking up and even choked back. I'm getting 3.5-finger grip on there. I probably would just take advantage of that forward choil for any heavy duty power cutting, any big cuts, because it is such a generous forward choil. And then, yeah, probably going to work well in the pinch grip. Not a tall, flat grind. And it feels fairly thin. It's not the thinnest knife I've ever felt. It's going from pretty much this blade stock here on the back. It goes straight down, and then it goes into the flat grind from here. So that is interesting for sure. Yep. Good action, riding on ceramic bearings. I just don't know what style they are. If they're QSP, I think QSP uses stamped, but I haven't looked at the inside of a QSP since my premium titanium penguin large, and I think that one was stamped. It's been a minute since I've looked inside of one, so I'm not 100% sure. But very nice build quality. QSP is really continuing to ramp up and improve. And this one here coming in at a really nice price. As of today, when I'm doing this, you're getting this for $180 for S35EN with carbon fiber of some sort for your bolster, titanium pivot collars, titanium for the remainder of your actual scale material, and then you have a titanium backspacer and pocket clip. I imagine the hardware on this is steel. I would need to go back and look for the full review, so stay tuned for that. But pretty cool offering, especially if you like this aesthetic. If this is something that you would like at that price point, I'm going to recommend that you go out there and get it on the Kickstarter now before it gets too late. Again, I am confident with QSP being the manufacturer on here that everything's going to be done very well on this one. But a full review or overview, since this is a prototype, will be coming. All right, next up is a very interesting model from CMB made knives. This is the Braveman. So you got full titanium scales, titanium backspacer, and you have a titanium pocket clip. Steel hardware with a crossbar lock, but don't let that discourage you, because I've been messing with this one a little bit, and it is extremely, extremely well tuned. This reminds me of like the QSP Vault as far as how well this is tuned. So it's got good strength on that detent. I like the thumb studs on this one. They work very well. I like the crossbar lock studs as well. They don't sit too proud, but you're able to really grab those steps and let this one close. I was going to say, do I need to loosen the pivot there a little bit? But the action on this is smooth. It is dead center. No play, no up and down. And it is S35EN with a hand-rubbed satin finish. This one, as of the recording, and I am an affiliate, so if you guys are interested in anything that you're seeing today, or going to be doing any shopping, if you could grab the link out of a video description to head over to whatever store you're going to be making your purchase at, it helps the channel when you do that, but it is up to you. This one here, I think, is coming in at just a smidge over 160 for S35EN, stamped bearings, and titanium accents on here with steel hardware. I think that is extremely good deal, especially with the build quality that you're getting from CMB. If you're not familiar with CMB, they make a couple of different models. One of my other favorites from them, I think, is the Predator, I believe, if I'm remembering that one correctly. My editor may have to throw that one up on the screen. It's been a little while. It also has a quarter length cartridge system. I noticed that they mounted it internally. So the screw that's normally here on, like, say, a bug out is actually on the inside of here. So I am going to be taking this one apart at some point to dive into there to see how they actually accomplished that. But everything else is just titanium, so it actually keeps the weight on this down pretty good because it is full size knife. I can get a full 4-finger grip on there, start to hang off the back a little bit, but it feels relatively comfortable. I do feel, because of the way that they rounded this one out, I do feel it's not sharp, but it's not chamfered right here. It just has like a hard ending, so it just all of a sudden changes directions. So you can feel a little bit of that. But honestly, I really like this one. This is I love when a crossbar lock is done very well and has good placement for the thumb stud action. So I'm going to be spending a few more days with this one, but I'm about ready to do my review on this one. If you can't tell, I've spent a little bit of time with this one. But that is the CMB Braveman, just a phenomenal deal, and CMB does very good, high quality work. Their fit and finish is good, and I'm thinking they're doing a good job on their heat treats because the edge on this one has held up very well in the few days that I've already had it for testing. All right, we got a couple more to wrap up. Let's jump into those. All right, next up is going to be the Artisan Crusoe. This one here recommended to a friend of the channel, Greg from G-Ball Vision, told me to check this one out because it is a more robust knife from Artisan, which I do really love, and S90V, which I'm a huge fan of. It does have their polished belt satin finish on there, so not fully polished. It has like a nice sheen to it. It is a frame lock with a steel lock bar insert with titanium scales and a titanium pocket clip, but I think all of the accents are steel on this one, and that's how they're able to keep the price on this one down a little bit. I've spent a few days with this one. I'm trying to decide how I feel on this pocket clip. It's up high on the body and it is a little sharp on the edges here, so I do kind of feel it scratching. I'm going to go down to the garage when we're done here and do a little bit of cutting with this one to see if it actually is a factor for me. So definitely tune in for the full review on that one, on this one. But it is a little bit more robust. Don't get me wrong, it's still a very slicey blade, but it's not like a hollow grind, and there are some flats out there that are thinner than this one, but there's also some flats out there that are definitely thicker than this one. But it is a much more robust blade that you're seeing, or blade stock that you're seeing from Artisan. And I really do like this drop point blade shape. Kind of reminds me of the Sabenza a little bit. And then you got this real beefy, real enforced handle and frame on it. So it definitely feels like it is an EDC, but it definitely would be able to handle a lot of more hard use, heavy duty tasks. And it's going to get you a nice, secure grip on that purchase. So I do like that about the Crusoe. Got one more to check out. Let's pull it on out. All right, so this one coming from Bergblades. This is the Alpha. I believe the manufacturer on this one is REI. You got all titanium construction, back spacer and pocket clip, not reversible. You would want to get the, I think it's just one version of the liner lock variant that I think that you can do that, or maybe it's that there's lefties out. Not 100% sure on that one, but you do have a fuller for opening. You have tight jimping up top for that front flipper and contoured scales on this one. Very nice looking knife. Let's do the front flipper first. Yeah, nice detent on here. I elected to go with the stone washed. I do like the dark wash stone washed on here. It looks very nice, and it kind of matches my Padre, so I do like that aspect of it. You do have stamped bearings, no, Delrin washers, bearings, Delrin bearings in the pivot. Words are hard. Good access to the lock bar. Very nice for that reverse flick. I'm able to get a full purchase on here, and there's some knife left over for sure. So this is a nice larger one. It's got a good swell here in the middle, so it adds to the ergos for me personally. I really like this one a lot. great position. Got a nice blade shape to it. Got plenty of straight cutting edge, plenty of belly, and it's going to work well in a pinch for that detailed work, pinch grip work. Looks like I got number 40 of 60 of these, so not a big run of the Alpha here. Very smooth action, very nice detent, extremely well tuned. The only concern I have is it looks like I'm going to carry it for a few days here and check, but that pocket clip is looking a little tight. A little tight. I have a feeling that this one's not going to go all the way into the pocket. The good news is I don't really feel any impact as far as the ergos are concerned for this in the hand. It's just, it looks like it's going to be a little tight. But that's everything that came in this week. This one being the Bergblade Alpha. I don't think there's any more left in stock. I think I got one of the last few remaining from traditional pocket knives, and I don't think that they're in stock anywhere else. So apologies for that, but I will do my full review on that one in case they restock. You can be ready to go for that if it does help you with your decision making. We have the other full-size one here. These are mine. This is the Artisan Crusoe as recommended by G-Ball. So I'm hoping that'll be good. This one here also being mine, the CMB Braveman. Another full-size one, excellent crossbar lock on that. And then these are all via the pass-around group. We have the Pigeon. This one on the Kickstarter. Great price on that for the materials. The Deadite from Kansept here. This is a pass around, and I do have affiliate links if you're interested in that one, as well as Tenable knives, which we have the Model 6 here, and code JD for EDC saves you 10% at Tenable. And then we have the REI. Oh, I almost forgot, the Warbo is hiding over there behind the mic. I didn't see it. So the Warbo, I probably will do that with the REI since I've already done the full-size REI review. All of these other ones are new to me, so they'll have like full in-depth fresh reviews coming. If you enjoyed the video, definitely hit the like on your way out. It would be appreciated and helps the channel. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Love to have you follow along. Special shout out to my channel members. Love you guys. I'm out of here. I hope all of you have a fantastic week. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.